Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are back. Obviously a little bit later than usual, but this is my review for Manchester United's 3-2 victory over Southampton. A victory that left me with a massive smile on my face. Manchester United, they can do that to you, can't they? They can make you forget about all your troubles in the world, all your problems, all your drama, all your headaches, everything that keeps you up at night. Your sleep can be easy when Manchester United win. You're skipping around. You're happy because the Reds have done the job. And today we did just that. And halfway through the game, we were fearing the worst. I was on the kickoff today. And at one point, I turned to the lads and I said so many things during this game. My emotions were all over the place. But my first range of emotions, so I got in just as it was 1-0 to Southampton. We were watching the game, then it goes to 2-0, and I'm saying to the lads, this could be 3, 4, 5. This could get very bad because there were openings for Southampton at every given opportunity. But luckily, we managed to get through that and get to half time. And it was mad that we were actually looking to get to half time because we started the game quite well. Mason Greenwood probably should have scored when he did well to surprise the defender by speeding in behind his shoulder, getting in front of him, getting the ball, tried to round the keeper, lift it over him. Unfortunately, he hit the side netting. You'd think Mason Greenwood had a few more games, few more minutes under his belt, probably tucks that one away. So that was unfortunate. Then we possibly could have had a penalty, although it would have been very harsh on Southampton, but they did have a look at it. And then they score 2 goals from set pieces. The defending on the first one was poor. We should have been doing a lot better than we did with that. And then the second one was a free kick by Ward Prowse, which was a fantastic free kick. It obviously did the job in terms of going in. De Gea got across. It was a difficult one for him because it's very close to the post, so you've got to push it out. And he couldn't quite do that. I weren't blaming David De Gea for that, although there was a little bit of shakiness in the defence and the keeper around that time. I don't think he was to blame for that free kick. And it was 2-0 to Southampton. You're thinking, Jesus, what have we done to deserve this? Do you know what I mean? Finally, when we get a few results, we're back on the receiving end of this. But we managed to get back into it. And like I said, my emotions were all over the place. So just before half-time, I'm thinking this could be 3, 4, 5. At half-time, when you see Cavani come on, I was upset with the sub. I'm not going to lie. I thought we should have taken off one of the midfielders, maybe Matic, and gone with left Greenwood on, put Cavani on, and gone with the front three. But Oli, to be fair to him, left Matic on the pitch, and Matic had a good second half. And Cavani obviously come on, and he changed everything for Manchester United. He was absolutely fantastic. Bruno Fernandes, by his standards, you could argue that he wasn't at his best. He wasn't his greatest, but he still chipped in with a goal, assisted by Edinson Cavani. And that was the one that got us going again. And then obviously when you look at the finishes from Edinson Cavani for his 2 goals, absolutely fantastic finishes, great movement, great finishes. And that's the thing with him. We know he's got that. We know he's got that movement. We know he can score goals, but I don't think any of us really expected this kind of impact. We expected maybe a player that was in the twilight of his career was going to offer us, bit part player here and there when we needed it. And he's come in. He looks fit. He looks fresh. He looks like he's 23, never mind 33 years old. And he's looking obviously ready to go up front for Manchester United. And that's what we need, especially at this time. I know there's a lot of debate about Anthony Martial at the minute, but when he's going for a bad time, that happens to number 9s. They go for a dry spell in goals. He wasn't helped today when he gets pulled out of this game with illness. And that's been typical of his season so far. Upset through suspension, illness, bad form, bad luck, you name it. But he needs to get going soon. But while he's misfiring and while he's not performing, you need alternatives. And that's what we have now in Edinson Cavani. We have a true alternative. Last season, when we didn't have Anthony Martial, we didn't have another number 9 in the squad. Now, they're 2 very different number 9s. They offer us 2 very different things. But what Edinson Cavani is at the moment, and you can tell the pure difference between our other forwards and Edinson Cavani is, he knows who he is, what he is, how to play that role. He's so experienced, he's so mature, but he's showing the enthusiasm and the energy of someone a little bit younger than what he is, and it's really great to have Edinson Cavani in. I was happy with his signing. I was disappointed with the timing of it, but I was happy with his signing when he did come in, because of the fact that we needed that wealth of depth, and you're seeing it now, and you're also seeing it with Donny van der Beek. Donny van der Beek comes in. We've got Paul Pogba, who's still out injured, and he's not in form anyway. Scott McTominay out injured, another midfielder out injured for Manchester United. So we need midfielders, and you look at Donny van der Beek, who's coming, so good on the ball, keeps possession well, intelligence, knows where to be, positioning, getting forward, getting back if he needs to be. He's an absolute top talent, is Donny van der Beek. And again, we're seeing the quality that these signings have brought to us. Now, we needed more signings in the summer. That we knew. We needed more signings in the summer. We didn't get all of our business, but the business that we brought in, despite the fact that it came too late, is actually beginning to play an impact in the team, and that's good to see. But we need more. We still need more. That first half was worrying. You saw a slight return to a little bit of the defensive frailties that we have had at times this season, and that was disappointing. I think Maguire and Lindelof got better as the game went on, and obviously Dean Henderson would be buzzing with the fact that he came into the second half and kept a clean sheet in that 45 minutes as well. But we need to make sure that we're not as defensively all over the place, man, because it's a little bit worrying at times. But overall today, I'm delighted with that result. Southampton are a very good team. Do you know what I mean? They've got a very good coach. They've done well so far this season, and they'll cause a lot of problems to a lot of teams at St Mary's. And to go there and get that result, keep our good form going away from home, is fantastic, especially when we've dropped so many points at home. 11 points already we've dropped at home when you count the 3 defeats, Palace, Arsenal, Spurs, and of course the draw with Chelsea. That's 11 points we've dropped at home. And you need to be making up for them elsewhere. And if we would have dropped points here today, it would have been massively disappointing. It still would have been great if we got back into it from 2-0 down to 2-2. It shows a different level of, a different mentality to the team. But what also as well is the fact that we managed to get that win. And I think that's what the likes of Bruno offers you. That's what the likes of Cavani offers you. These boys are fucking leaders, but they're also men, and they are leaders of men. And that's cheap. I don't know. I didn't expect to say that, but they are leaders of men. You look at them, and when I started watching the game, obviously from when I can remember, the first team I can truly remember, I was born in 1989. The first team I can truly remember is that 94 team. Obviously, I've learned more about them as I've got older, because you go back and watch it with a more mature eye, or someone that knows a little bit more about football than I did when I was 5. But that 94 team was the first team that I can truly remember, going through to 96. And when you looked around that team, it had loads of those kind of figures, those Cavani figures, those men in the squad. Now this team's a very young team, which is good, it has its benefits. But also we're lacking that maturity, that nous, that knowledge, that know-how, that wisdom. And Bruno Fernandes, Edinson Cavani, they bring that into the squad. They bring that wealth of leadership. They bring that expectation. They bring that experience, and they bring that quality too. And it's been great to have them. JT69 United with a super chat says, "Hi Adam, what a game, Cavani. Imagine you pick up your book 10 years from now and read, 'This day we won against Southampton due to Cavani.'" Yes, can't wait for that moment. We will still be going then. Roman says, "Do I live in Manchester?" No, I'm not. I don't live in Manchester. I'm from Birmingham. Obviously. A lot of people should know that, but to be fair, they don't. So there you go. I've just got back from the kickoff today. I was on the kickoff again today. I am going to be on the kickoff a little bit more as well. So I was on the kickoff today with the lads, which was fun. We covered the wrong game quite clearly. We watched the United game before we covered the Chelsea Spurs game, and then obviously we missed out on all the goals. Chelsea Spurs was 0-0. Arsenal lost 2-1 against Wolves. I wouldn't have minded covering that more than Chelsea Spurs. And of course, United beat Southampton 3-2, which I would have loved to have covered Although in the first half, it would have been devastating to have saw that. Yeah, I didn't get to see Maradona live and direct. It's a damn shame, man. But I know I've obviously got this T-shirt on. I spoke about him earlier on today on the kickoff. Now, I'm not alone in loving Maradona, but I do love Maradona for more than what he was as a footballer, for what he represented as well. The hero of the poor was how he liked to have been known, and I love that. I also loved his relationship with his mother. When you see after the 1986 World Cup final when he wins and he runs off the pitch, the first thing he does is phone his mum. Those kind of things, I don't know, they get a connection with me in it. I got a lot of time for Diego Maradona. He was flawed, he was human, he made mistakes, he wasn't perfect by any stretch, but I think that's why people love him, because on one hand he was so human and he was so flawed and you could sympathise with him, and on the other hand he was arguably the greatest footballer to ever kick a ball, and that's something we all could only dream of being. So it's an incredible story. Sanjar says he's not a United fan but hopes Cavani can win United a trophy like the Carabao Cup with those bullet headers. Talking about the Carabao Cup, remember a certain former Paris Saint-Germain striker scoring a late winner against Southampton to make it 3-2? Zlatan and Cavani have both done that. On a free from PSG, cost us fucking 0, 6'5". Oh god, I miss Zlatan, but Cavani is an absolutely fantastic replacement, isn't he? I appreciate that. Fergie's son, Shane Mack, how you doing? Pod says, great result in fairness. We should have had another couple. Cavani is a pure game changer, pure instinctive. Reggie Marquez, thank you very much. Do you think Cavani will start against PSG? Possibly, yes. Obviously, Ali's taking his time with him in terms of how he's bringing him back to the team, how quickly he's bringing him back to the team. Well, I say back to the team, into the team and starting him and stuff. Obviously, a lot depends on Anthony Martial's fitness as well, because if he's not well, then he can't play. That makes his decision to play Cavani even easier. I don't think he'd go with the split strikers of Greenwood and Rashford again. And maybe that's what Ali had in his mind. When he left Cavani on the bench, maybe he was thinking, I want to start Cavani against Paris Saint-Germain. So let me just put him on the bench, give him some... And obviously shit hit the fan, so we had to bring him on earlier. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Ali was thinking in his selection. What do I think about Donny's performances, Ryan? I've been impressed with Donny's performances for Manchester United. He's obviously getting fitter, getting more match sharp. He's getting up to speed with things as well. There was a very good performance today. We're up against a pretty decent Southampton midfield. Ward Prowse, Romeu. They're strong. They're technical. They play good football. They know how to pass the ball. And I thought Donny van der Beek handled himself very well. After that first half, it would have been easy to crumble. And I thought, to go 1-0 down, we were probably unlucky. Maybe we should have been 1-0 or 2-0 up already. We go 1-0 down, we go 2-0 down. You could start to feel sorry for yourself, do you know what I mean? But I think he got to grips with things. Football HD has subscribed, thank you very much. Pogba should be benched, says Karen. Yeah, can't argue with that. I haven't seen Cavani's latest Insta post, so I can't comment on something that I haven't seen. Obviously, I hope he hasn't said or done anything outrageous. I haven't seen it though, so I can't comment on it. If you want to let me know what it was, I can check his Instagram, but I assume if it's bad, it's already gone. So let's have a look of what you're talking about. There's nothing there from 5 hours ago on his story. Nothing on his story. So I don't know what is said, to be totally honest with you. Gonna miss Twanzebe against PSG, says Excess. That is correct. Zahir says, Am I on the kickoff permanently? Hugh hasn't left the kickoff. He'll be back at some point, and he'll be on shows still. And I'm going to be on shows, so I haven't replaced anyone, but I'm going to be on more kickoffs. Adam, doesn't this show that we need a proper striker? No, I think, look, I'm not saying this because I'm a fan of Anthony Martial. People like to get it twisted. I just find it remarkable that he's had a dip in form in terms of goals, and he's not a number 9 now. I think he showed last season he can play that role. He showed last season he needs to improve. He needs to do, But one thing's for sure, we know he scores goals. We know he will score goals. He's going through a difficult time at the minute. This happens to strikers. Look at Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang at the moment. Look at Wayne Rooney at times who went through goal droughts. Now we need him to get back to scoring goals. And actually, he has scored goals. He scored in the Champions League this season. So it's not like it's been a complete drought. It's been, I think, 7 league games. Sorry, 6 because he didn't play today. So 6 league games I think it's been. Or 7 league games that he hasn't scored in. That's a worry. But it's been mixed up with suspension, injury now. Well, illness now. Lack of form. He'll get back to scoring goals and we'll forget all about this. It's good to have options. That's why you have to have alternatives. When Cole, York, Sheringham and Solskjaer were there, if Cole was going through a bad time, someone else stepped in. It's the same with fucking Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez. When one of them was going through a drought, one of the other ones would step in. And I think at the moment, we always react with, we go either too far, people, is the best thing ever, or it's, is the worst thing ever. The truth's somewhere in the middle. He'll start scoring goals again, and I'll be here to say I told you so. But Cavani is quite clearly at this stage is ahead of him as a number 9. We know that the movement at times is a lot better, but in terms of holding our positions, Martial brings a lot to the team. In terms of his work off the ball, in terms of his work with the back to the ball, in terms of linking up play for others. He does a lot. So I think we're a little bit harsh as fans, and we're a little bit quick. Because in this day and age, Twitter has a 3-4 game memory span. We we judge things very quickly. We have an overconsumption of things. It's not always been that way. But I think what Cavani shows, and I'd hope that Martial, Rashford, Greenwood are looking at him and like soaking up all that, whatever he can teach them. Haroon says, Martial is a 9. He got over 20 goals last season with no Bruno Pogba for half the season. Exactly. Why aren't I focusing on Stretford Paddock, says Jake, rather than the kickoff? Mate, you know how much work I put in for Stretford Paddock? Still going to be there. I'm there on Wednesday. I'm there next Saturday. I'm still going to be there. I'm still there. I'm still making content 4 or 5 days a week for Paddock, as well as all the work that we do behind the scenes that I'm also involved in, Joe's involved in, Jay's involved in, Steve's involved in. So I do a lot of stuff off camera as well, but I'm still going to be, Paddock's my home. I think today was a great win because, you know when you get that, I hate that feeling of defeat, man. When you feel, boom, boom, you get a few wins, defeat, few wins, defeat. Now we need to beat or get a draw against PSG, which will see us all right in the Champions League. But we need to get a few more results. We've got difficult games coming up, but such a relief. And Southampton are a good side. Everton are a good side. The West Brom game wasn't ideal, but we're not doing too badly. It's just we had an awful start to the season, and that's why you can't afford to be dropping more points like we could have today. But thankfully, thanks to Edinson Cavani, God, that was cringe. Thanks to Edinson Cavani, United got the result and we got the job done. So amazing. I'm Roberto has got his Hope tea. He's waiting for it to arrive. Great stuff. Great stuff. I have seen Keane's cheeky quote about Arsenal staying up, which was funny. But yeah. El Hollander says, you're more concerned with Marshall than the team. How so? When everyone was getting on Harry Maguire's case, I didn't say he was finished. Said he maybe should have been dropped, should have been rested, taken out the team. But I didn't write him off. I give everybody the same treatment. Me being consistent, me not overreacting just for people to see United fans going mad over something. I tend to try and see the bigger picture or fall back a little bit and not just... Someone's going through bad form, that's bad form. Now, if he does it for the whole fucking season, something to be worried about. But he'll score next game. And then what? And then what? I look like an idiot because I went mad. No, thank you. Football changes very, very quickly. And this is why I be telling people. Spurs, Chelsea, win the league. Are you mad, bruv? 21 is coming. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribing. Keep it locked to AdamMcKola TV. For now, I'm out of here.